channel. Today I'm doing a real-time video because I am doing some tips on layering. So this is kind of part of my basics series that I've been doing. I just did a video on how to make rosettes. It's literally like a 4-minute video on how to make this rosette. And so now today I'm going to embellish it and show you how I do layering on my rosettes. So I'm going to tell you the tips that I use and remember throughout making rosettes. And yeah, so let's get right into it. I am using the crepe paper All Heart collection, not All Heart, Wild Heart collection, sorry. I've used All Heart so much that I'm getting confused. But my first tip for layering for a rosette would be to get different types of materials and embellishments. So here I found this stuff at Tuesday Morning a couple months ago and I decided to crack it open. So I have chipboard, which has many different sizes of pieces. I have the stickers. I have some of the papers in which I used here, but we won't really need any other papers. I have the embellishments pack, which has a lot of large pieces, so I don't really know how much I'll dig at this, but it does have different vellum pieces, which might look really nice. And then also I went into my stash and picked out a bunch of enamel dots. Having little pieces like this would be my second tip. These little pieces like enamel dots or little hearts and stars or whatever is the perfect addition. So I might even pull out a few more things from my stash. Maybe I'll grab, I have this little bucket here. Maybe I'll grab some hearts if I have any, just to have different types of shapes to tuck in. Here we go. I'll grab this sheet here and might give me a good variety. And maybe let's do these two as well, just to have them out, but we don't want to have too many things out to get too overwhelmed. But that's kind of another tip, is that I make sure I have lots of little pieces. You can also use sequins to act like little enamel dots. So let's get started. Don't mind my little hot glue glob there. But yeah, so I'm gonna sort through these pieces and just kind of put to the side what I know is way too big or will not work. So I'll just quickly do that. So that won't work, that won't work, that won't work, or just stuff I would simply like to save for a different project. So those could work. I'm not even looking at the design, I'm just really looking at the size. Those will not work. I mean, I could use the word fun, but probably not. That could work. That would look really fun. Stay well, even just like that, honestly, is so simple, but this is a layering video, so but yeah, something simple like that still would be really, really cute. Plant lady, I love that. Too big, our life, too big, too big, too big. A lot of these older crepe paper embellishments are way too big. That actually could work. That could work. That won't work. So now we've at least narrowed it down so we're not too overwhelmed, but we definitely also want different shapes. So like, I like that, but it is still a little bit too big, so I won't do that. But we want different shapes. We want things poking out. And my next tip would be that you are absolutely 100% going to cover things up, and you can't be afraid of it if you want something to be super layered. So I think I'm going to try this one. And because I'm doing it real time like this, I am going to just lay a few things out. Another tip coming your way is to use some kind of foam or something to give it dimension. That will be a game changer. So I'm liking that. But yeah, like this is kind of a rectangle shape, and then this is whatever shape that is. So you want lots of different kinds of shapes. I kind of like that too, or maybe this size. That size I like better. I like that color better too. But before I glue anything down, let me look here. Because everything is new here, there's kind of a lot to look at, so it's a little bit overwhelming, which isn't bad. I like that camera too, so I'll just kind of keep that in mind. Again, I like this for its shape. Just gonna double check to make sure I'm in focus. Okay, I like that for its shape. And a lot of things like words, that'll probably get covered up for sure. I like the shape of that. Even this butterfly would be really pretty. I like that. Okay. I just want to make sure there's nothing I want to put behind first, which it doesn't look like it. I do really love this heart. So I think I'm just going to start gluing these things down because there's a lot in here that I'll be able to work with. I personally like to use hot glue. I find that it stays better, especially on a big rosette like this with lots of layers. I am going to put this up on foam. And yes, I know this is like see-through. It's like a vellum acetate or something, but it's going to get covered up, so I'm sure of it. So again, I use hot glue, especially for foam. I find that there aren't a lot of adhesives that work well with foam. So there we go. Doesn't need to be perfect. I think it needs a little bit more even, because I think a lot of it will be covered up. So I was trying not to put it in spots where it might show, but honestly, I have a feeling a lot will be covered up, or when you look at it as a whole, you won't even notice that there is red foam behind it. There. Okay, and this one was next. So again, I'm going to put it up on foam. I know that probably seems crazy, but this is what I have learned. There are so many good layering queens out there that I have learned from just by watching their videos over and over again, and seeing their projects. So again, so that's kind of the base of it. You can see it's pretty layered up, but those are like the major big pieces so far. Like I said, I really like this heart, but something else, another tip, you're going to want a focal point after all your layering is done. So whether it's even just like a phrase like that, I'm not sure what it will be yet, but you're probably going to want something. I think I'll put that there for now, see how that works. And another little tip is I like to cover up seams, if that makes sense. So this here will probably get covered up because it looks a little messy. So I'm covering up this corner here where everything meets each other, if that makes sense. So it looks a little tidier. So when you're doing this, you're going to want to start with the largest first, like I said. However, do not be afraid to stick things in behind. So even something like this, yeah, I'm going to stick that right there, and I'm kind of just not going to be afraid to hesitate there. I'm just going to do it because I like that. So don't be afraid to stick things behind, even if you are working from the back to the front. So now I'm just going to audition different pieces and see what might work. Oh, I kind of like that right over top of that. I might have to hot glue that down just to make sure it stays secure, but I'll leave it like that for now. But I like the way this is going so far. And yep, I've definitely covered up a lot of the rosette, but I'm totally okay with that. I think a pen pal will really love this, so I'm not too worried, or at least I hope a pen pal will love this. So I'm feeling pretty good. Like, I feel like that's kind of the focal point there. And now I can go in with smaller pieces. So like I said, I kind of want to cover up this area here a little bit. So maybe like that can go there. Again, I might have to like hot glue it. I love tiny word phrases like this, so I love that this sticker sheet has that. Just gonna check to see if there's anywhere I can put this butterfly. It seems a little too big, a little too ambitious, but I am seeing that some of these are sliding off a bit, so all I need is a little bit of dab of hot glue. This hot glue is so strong. So I don't remember exactly where that was, but that'll do. But this too is also starting to come off. So let's just make sure that's glued down well. There we go. And this one. And really, to get this like layering down the way you like it, it just takes practice. That's all. There's no shame in that. You just gotta do it a lot. So now I'm going again with tucking in pieces behind. I think I like this somewhere, but I'm not sure where yet. I'm thinking, It's hard at this point when things are already glued down because it might be a little hard to tuck in, but honestly, you can make it work. You can cut it in half, which I'm going to do. Yep, that will work. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue. Just be careful not to burn myself. And tuck it in there. There we go. Hopefully it'll stick to something. And let's see if I want to use this part. I can always just put this part back in the stash, which I might. So I can use the other half another day. Okay, but I still feel like something needs to be here. So let's go a little bit smaller. So looking at like hearts and stuff. That looks pretty. Oops. So now most of your height is done. I'm not really adding height to many more things. Just really adding the little details. So where do I want this one? Do I want it on top or do I want it behind? Oh, I can't decide. Let's start with behind because I can always put one on top as well, or a heart of a different size. But that's just gonna poke out. You can't see the whole heart, but you know what it is. What else do I want? Let's go over to these little guys. I like these that I took out, but what color would go best? I'm thinking this blue. And it's like I want to put it up on foam, but I feel like that would just be too much. I think this spot might be okay. Just gonna put a dab of hot glue so that it stays secure. And let's get some of these dots in. I want more of that color. That's not really a layering tip. It's just something I like to do. I want to make sure there's enough of that pink. So we have a couple spots of pink, a couple spots of gold. I'll probably end up adding more gold, a couple hits of blue, but I want more of that aqua color. So I'm going to bring in the enamel dots, and I like to kind of tuck these in a little bit. Sorry if my head's in the way. Oh, my finger caught on to the heart. So maybe, I usually would like to do them in like groups of 3 or even sometimes 2, but usually 3, but with this being such a small area, I don't know if that's like necessary, I guess you could say, because you're not really looking at it like that. Whereas if you're doing a layout and you had a bunch here and a bunch here and here, then it makes sense. But this is such a small area. Because like that is kind of a group of 3, but then there's also that heart. So I don't know if I should put more in that area, but let's go to this part and I'll put a pink one, I think, or maybe like a bright blue. Maybe this color blue right there. That's good. Now I'm kind of second guessing what I put here because that's a group of 3, but I still need to put this somewhere to bring out more of the blue. So maybe I'll just tuck it in there so there's more of that blue color. That's better because I like that group of 3. Okay, what else? So now I feel like we're in a pretty good place. I might add another phrase sticker. I really like that, but there's just too much of that same color in one place. I'm thinking back to this though. Like what if, no, but you can see that it is only half. What about no filter? Ooh, I like that. I like that there. Because this, I didn't like the cascading look of that, but I like this. And like I said in the beginning, most of that palm thing got covered up. And I'm gonna see if there's any more hearts I want to add. I feel like we just need a little bit more gold somewhere. No, not there. Maybe up here. No, that looks kind of weird. Okay. Oh, I know, maybe one of these. Because I need something that just kind of curves along there. No, I don't like that. I don't like that layering part because there is like trapped space, if that makes sense. But what if we try one of these? I like that better because it like curves around just like that one. So let's try, I'm just putting a little bit of glue on and we're just going to try and tuck it in as much as possible. That's better. I like that. This enamel dot is going to come off if I don't glue it down with hot glue. Oh, and of course it leaves a string. There we go. Okay, I just need to take a second to look at this to make sure this is exactly how I like it. Like I said, a lot of things getting covered up, like that piece, the palm, the word here. Yeah, lots of things getting covered up. You can only see the tag, this tag ticket top to bottom, but that's okay. I'm just going to try a few last little things to make sure I'm happy with it. Let's try this one more time now that we have that palm in there. Oh, that could work actually. Of course, right after I hot glue that enamel dot, but that's what happens. Because I like how it brings that, it just brings it from the top to the bottom. So let's, aha, there we go. And then I think I might just put it on the corner right there. Oops, it's a lot of hot glue, but that's okay. So it's covered up a lot, but doesn't bother me. So then I think I'm good for that spot. Just gonna make sure nowhere else needs an extra little embellishment. I mean, I really could put this heart anywhere and it would look great. I really think it's difficult to go overboard, to be honest. You really can't do too many layers. I mean, like, it's not possible to do too many. It's hard to know when to stop. But I feel like I just need one more little thing. I really like the color of this. Like, what if we did it right there? But there's that heart there. Does it really need another heart? You know what? I like how there's the 3 hearts and like doing an even number or an odd number instead of even. So I think I might just leave it here. Does it need another hit of gold? Maybe like that. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop here. I think I'm really happy with that. Let me just check my enamel dots. I know I keep saying I'm gonna stop and then I keep going. Because I have the dark blue, and I feel like I need another hit of the dark blue. Even if I just put it like right there, just kind of tucked underneath. We have lots of pink. Let me see, can I figure out where to do another hit of pink? Maybe right there. So there's kind of the 3 spots, but I mean, what can you do? So yeah, okay, I think that's it. I think I'm gonna stop there. Let me know if this video helped with layering. I hope it was useful, but there's kind of the close-up. There you can see all the layers. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer. I'm not the pro at layering, but I do enjoy doing it. So hopefully this was helpful. I think it turned out really, really cute. This whole rosette is like all covered up, but that's okay. I still think it turned out really fun. So anyway, thanks for watching and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.